Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so happy to be back here again because it means we have survived another week. I can't wait to talk about today's topic, but first, I want to get this shared over to my BMP group so people do not miss it. Excuse me, for some odd reason my nose is itching this morning. Somebody obviously is thinking about me this morning. So, give me just a second here as I attempt to get this shared over. There I am. Let me get this share. Let's get this to the right place. All right, there we are. And there we go. So there's that awesome sauce. It is amazing on what technology can do for us, yet sometimes, oh my gosh, it can be a royal pain in my tush. All right, so I can't get it to share where I want it to. All right, I'll have to share it again later. All right, today I want to talk about how being just slightly better, and I'm talking, doesn't even have to be 1% better. Heck, as far as I'm concerned, if you got it 0.01% better than the day before, holy bejesus, you have actually gotten farther than most people. It can be as simple as reading for 5 minutes. It's as simple as a podcast, a motivational video, a quick meme that somebody sent you, inspirational quote. It could be an article. Anything that makes you go, makes you better than the day before. Because if you had a different thought than before, wow. Because each day, 95% of our thoughts are exactly the same as the day before. Exactly the same. So really, it does not take much to change our lives. It seems like it's hard work, but that insight from what you've read, that's a different thought than the day before. That's all well and good. It's great. We've now become aware of it. Then we have to recognize how it comes into our lives. Then we figure out what action we want to take about it. And then we have to live it. Okay, today that's what I'm talking about. Today, how do you live just a little bit better than the day before? So that way you can live the life you want to live now and in the future. But I'm going to backtrack for just a second here because I want to talk about the one thing that most people don't get about life. We don't need anybody else out there telling us what we need. We don't need anybody else out there telling us what we should be. We don't need anybody out there allowing us to play the victim. Because circumstances that were out of our control derailed our butts. Because here's the thing. When we become 100% responsible for every single action we take, mind blown. Life becomes what we create, not what somebody else creates. We can take our life and craft it the way we want it to be crafted. We want to create it. So if you want to travel, what actions do you need to take to be able to travel? Might be saving money. Might be cutting out on fast food. It might be deciding that I'm going to miss out on that new thing. I'm going to be dedicated to being able to travel. That's just one example. You want to start that new business? Take one action a day. That's it. You want to start researching it? Start reading an article. One a day. That's all it takes. The first step is always the hardest because we have to get over the hill of the fears and the doubts. But in the long run, that hill, that first massive amount of energy that we got to get over, is the only time we have to do it unless we stop. So by taking one action per day, whether that is reading a quick page or two in a book, whether that's sitting down with an awesome journal and putting your thoughts in there, that's a step, that's an action. It can be very, very simple and easy to change our lives. It could be as simple as talking to a friend. It is one of those actions that creates our future life, our future vision. We are our best person to tell us what we need. But sometimes we can't see it for the forest. We got this vision. We know what it's supposed to be. But we have to get over wanting it right now. We have to put in the work. And when you start putting in that work of one action per day, like I said, that video, reaching out to somebody that might be a potential client, stepping out into a vendor event, speaking, whatever it is that gets you towards that vision, do it today. Just one, that's it. Me sitting here talking to you is my one action today because maybe, just maybe, something I said today jogs something. Maybe it won't. Maybe it's the one 5 weeks from now. Maybe it's going to be on one of those Zoom calls that we're going to start doing next month. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that next month where you all get to come in, sit with me on a Zoom call for an hour and pick my brain and find an insight or just talk about what you need to talk about. Maybe you got a bad relationship. Maybe the dog's driving you nuts. Maybe the fish won't die. I don't know. Trust me, I've had a fish like that. Boy, they just don't die. But here's the thing. By taking the reins of our lives and deciding where we want to go, and we take that one action, and I'm going to take it to kind of a metaphor, if you will. Because when a drop of water falls into a lake, what happens? What do you see? You see that drop go down, it flies back up, and what happens? Ripples happen. Now those ripples continue to spread out over the lake. So if it was in the center of the lake, it takes a while to get out to the shore. And sometimes that single drop, it doesn't even make it 5 or 6 feet. But imagine a drop and a drop, and eventually those ripples becoming concentric circles. It looks more like a bullseye as it ripples out across this lake, because you're dropping this in. And those little waves begin to feed on the bigger wave and make a bigger one. I mean, that's how that works. They ebb and the flow. So doing something every single day creates those ripples. What does that mean? That ripple goes out and maybe it hits a tree, or maybe it hits a fish, or it hits a bug that's on there and it lifts it up and drops it in. Who knows? So think about that in part of our lives. What our actions do don't just impact us. They impact others. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's your current significant other. Maybe it's the neighbor down the street. Maybe it's that client that you've always wanted, but all of a sudden they're seeing you in a different light because you took an action that caused a ripple. We don't always know what that ripple will impact. That ripple can go out and we might not see our impact. Because say you shared this with a friend And then they said, oh, I like this message. I'm going to share it with a friend. And they share it. And it keeps going. Or you see it on YouTube and you go, oh my God, this was amazing. It was great. But you never connect with me. Okay. I won't know how I impacted your life. Yet I do. So our actions, once it goes out into the world, that energy that we have, how we approach our life and how we do that one action every single day to get to where we want, whether it's in business or our personal life. Maybe we want to be a better parent. Maybe we want to have better contact with our friends and family. Whatever it is in your life right now that you want to do and make, you can create. Because I believe you can. So why can't you? Take one action today. Go read that article. Go write a note to a friend. Heck, text your friend. Facebook message them. Whatever it is. Reach out to them. Send a card. Maybe, your neighbor's having a rough time of it. Take a care package. Say, hey, thinking about you. One action that will get you towards that goal so you can live that life that you were always dreaming of, that vision that you have of your life. Start living it today. And I'll talk to you guys next week.